Hi, Chuck Hawley from West Marine. You know, the leader in handheld GPS for about 2 decades has been Garmin. And today we've got Garmin's newest handheld GPS. And this is really a wonderful product. This is the GPSMAP 78SC. And it has a ton of features. But there's one, I'd like to share a little story with you before we talk about the features. One of the things you'll notice about this model is that the display is on the bottom and the keys are at the top. This actually was the result of a Thanksgiving miracle when one of the founders of Garmin, Gary Burrell, was shaving before Thanksgiving, and he was trying to figure out how to come up with a great design for the next generation of handheld GPSs. This was in 1993. And as he was holding his shaver in his hand, he realized that his thumb was up at the top of the shaver, but he could see down here. So he came up with the idea of putting the display at the bottom and the keys at the top. And that's been a staple of the Garmin design team ever since. The model we've got today is the GPSMAP 78SC. This model, in addition to having a high-resolution, beautiful, daylight-readable color display, also has a WASP receiver with 12 channels so that it gets fixes very quickly and very accurately. In addition, it has a barometer in it so that in addition to measuring the atmospheric pressure and knowing the altitude using the GPS, it can also measure it directly using the barometric sensor. It has a 3-axis compass, so it does something that most GPSs can't do, which is when you're stationary and you rotate it, it will actually point in the right direction because it knows the direction because it has the compass built into it. In addition, it has blue chart charts of the entire coastal United States. So there's no chart cartridges to buy if you're a coastal boater. You can take this from where we are on the middle of California coast, all the way over to Florida, up to New England, or any place in between, as long as you're on the coast, and you'll get the high quality Garmin blue chart charts. It has all the rest of the normal features that you'd expect. Tons of routes, an easy to use user interface, and it can be adapted for your specific needs. It has about 20 different pages of information that you can select between, but most of us won't use them. For example, I'm a sailor, I don't do any geocaching, so I don't have to look at the geocaching page. But if you are a geocacher, you can put that in the rotation, so you can set it up exactly the way you want it. Now, I mentioned that it has coastal charts. In addition, it has a chart slot so that you can bring in Garmin's micro SD charts and slide them in place. This will allow you to do city navigation, it will allow you to do inland navigation, and even international navigation. So you're not stuck with the charts that it comes with, although they're fantastic. You can add any number of different chart cartridges to it that you want. Inside the back, it has 2 AA batteries, which are both inexpensive and they last for over 24 hours, so you don't have to worry about replacing batteries all the time. It also comes with a USB cable so that you can use it off external power. So this compact unit not only is waterproof, as you'd expect, but it also floats. So if you drop it overboard accidentally, even though it's small, it might be a little hard to find, it's not going to sink to the bottom, it's going to stay on the surface so that you can use it. The GPSMAP 78SC has a number of different modes or profiles that you can use. So even though it's very comprehensive and you can set it up exactly the way you want it, you can always choose between different profiles. For example, whether you're navigating or you're going geocaching or you're doing land-based or water-based activities, you have the choice of these various profiles, which will get it very close to being set up the way that you would want it to be set up for those activities. One of the differences between this unit and its predecessor, the GPSMAP 76, is that it's got some nice new software. Now, I've loaded this up with basically every screen that you can put into it. So if we push the page key, we can walk through these. For example, here's the elevation plot screen. And I'm just going to talk through these as I push. There's a geocache scene screen. There's a hunting and fishing screen that tells you when it's appropriate to the best times to go hunting or fishing. There's a profile change screen that allows you to change between the profiles we mentioned. Proximity alarm, this allows you to set an alarm around a particular dangerous spot and it warns you when you get close to it. This gives you your standard satellite page. You can see that sitting out here, we've got about 9 or 10 satellites with great signal strength. We can actually share our information wirelessly with other Garmin units that use their wireless protocol. so I can share my waypoints and my routes and other information without having to connect the two items together with a cable. This is called Sight and Go. This is the ability where you can point at a distant object and it gives you an idea of the right direction and you can follow that direction. This is a stopwatch function which has lots of different things for lap times and split times and so forth. This is a calculator which tells you what the moon phase, the moonrise and set, and the sunrise and set for any day of the year. This allows you to manage your tracks so that you can have stored tracks of favorite routes that you've taken. If you want to get a super accurate waypoint, you can leave the GPSMAP 78SC in one place and it will average a series of fixes and come up with the most accurate fix possible. And so forth. So it goes on and on and on. Here's a trip computer so that as you're driving you can measure your maximum speed, your average speed, how much time you spend at stoplights, how much time you spend underway. Here's a route planner that allows you to create routes which are a series of waypoints that you can navigate. There's no active route currently, but this allows me to see what my active route is if I had one set up there, and so forth. The GPSMAP 78SC, the other GPS 78 models, and the whole Garmin line is of course available at West Marine.